Because we're running out of time, I just want to say a couple of things. First of all, a couple of favorite Jackie moments that we wanted to play. This is Jackie apologizing to his wife.
How did I know? How did I know? I even want to hear this.
Jackie, of course, being a married man, we went away to
Pennsylvania, I think.
Philadelphia. Yeah. And Jessica Hahn was there. And I guess we had all gotten into a bathtub with Jessica Hahn.
You remember that night.
That's right. And we talked about it on the air. Nancy was livid. And she made Jackie come on the air and apologize.
There's so much more to it than that.
But that's not true.
On the bus ride home, you guys, being goofy, took Jessica's wet nightgown and put it in Jackie's luggage.
Yeah, I did that.
Hold on, but nobody knows that.
Yeah.
That had nothing to do with it.
Right. Oh, really?
So
Jackie got home. He found the wet lingerie in there.
I laughed.
And you know what he did with it?
You did?
Because that was that.
Jackie.
Let me tell a story, because the actual story is funny. The truth of it is that we were leaving the next day to go to Paris, where her sister was getting married. We were going to Venice. We had a European vacation planned. It was a big deal. We were going on. It was like the last day before vacation when we went to Philadelphia for the funeral.
Right.
And you and me got in a tub with Jessica Hahn, and I left my pants on because I thought there's no foul if I got not just my underwear, I had my pants on. So we got in, me and you and her. Next morning, you made it sound like it was a full-scale orgy.
Right.
You know, meanwhile, we were in there for about 2 minutes, and it was so stupid and non-sexual, but it was really fun.
Right.
I was drunk. We were all crazy. So you made it sound like an orgy, so she's out of her mind. When I got home, it's a miracle she didn't kill me, okay? Then she stormed out of the house and left, and I was like, I didn't know what to do. I thought I had covered myself by leaving my pants on. I thought I was fine. And then I opened up my suitcase and saw the pink... If Nancy had been there when I opened that up, I would be dead.
Yeah, that's what we were planning on.
What'd you do with it?
I went out back and threw it over the fence, but I was
laughing. Threw it away over the fence.
Yes.
So, meanwhile, I called my therapist and said, what am I going to do? She doesn't want to go to Europe. And the therapist said, do whatever you can to get her on the plane, because once you're on the plane, it'll be forgotten.
Didn't even know there was a therapist involved.
So she never said to me, do anything. I came in and I figured this was the only thing I could do and said to you, give me the mic. So that was my own...
This was your own thing. All right, let's go back. Here's Jackie.
Poor Nancy got the rap. Like, you better go in there and... She didn't even know I was going to do it.
601, Jackie Martling grabs the microphone.
Give me the mic. Hail Mary pass.
There it is.
I just want to apologize to my wife, Nancy, for the Jessica Hahn bathtub incident. It's stupid, and I'll never do anything like that again, and I love you, and I'm very sorry. And I'm very sincere, and please don't make a mockery of this. I'm serious. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to bring the show down. I just wanted to apologize. She's very upset.
Kill me.
Thank you.
Kill me that he had to do it on the air.
I'm done, Howard.
But you know what was really funny?
Robin,
the first part, wait a minute, but the first part of that is cut off because you started to start the show the way you normally would, and he cut you off and took over the show.
You know what the best part of it is, by the way? There's a long pause, and he goes, she's very upset.
But the truth of it is, it worked. We went to Europe, and it was fantastic. And that was the only time I ever did. There was one other time I did that.
Yes.
One other time I did that was when I said, give me the microphone. And I said, my jetty floated away. And you guys made fun of me, right? And they found it in 5 minutes.
He lives on the beach. He had a dumb piece of wood that drove me crazy.
It was a piece of scramble.
Dominic and I conspired. We were going to steal it. We had a boat, and we were going to go out there with an anchor and a whole thing and steal his jetty and take it away.
When I heard about that, I was so mad, but now it would have been so great.
Would have been the best.
It would have been classic.
But Jackie loved to drink so much that Jackie would throw parties. Jackie figured out a way to have a party every year, just drinking and painting that stupid thing.
Yeah, there was a million Jackie stories. Steve, go ahead. You've got the last word.
Hey, fellas, this is like Ringo, Paul, and John getting back together. I'm telling you, listen to you guys for 20 years, and just hearing you together again, it's like the family is together once and for all.
Well, it's appropriate on this second-to-last show to have Jackie here, and I'm glad he agreed to come in. And
thank you for having me, man.
All the different songs that we remember you by, this.
Oh, and...
oh, this is classic.
I'm trying to get him to do this.
Live.
Jackie's musical career.
With the long intro.
Yeah. You thought he was Arlo Guthrie.
You think something important's coming up.
Something important is coming up, Quivers.
When? A bunch of years ago, I lost count of a lot of things, but I think it was about 5 years ago. I was living in a house in Michigan. I was sitting alone one time in my living room or dining room. It was all the same, and I decided I was going to be a songwriter. Well, at the time, I hadn't written any songs.
I can hear the radios clicking off.
You haven't written any songs.
How about this? This is when Jackie has said that this is what caused a major rift between him and Robin. When Jackie came on the air and started reading from your book.
Oh, really?
Let me just say, of everything that happened in 15 years, the two biggest highlights in my mind were, one, the song I sang to her, that Frank Sinatra song that time. After Frank Sinatra died, I got inspired and wrote an entire song about, I don't know what you're allowed to say, about anal sex, about Robin, and sang the whole thing, and you cut me off halfway, and I stood up and finished the song anyway. It's the funniest thing I ever did on the show. And then reading from that book, I still have people coming up to me, ooh, the legs that went on and on.
Here's Jackie reading from Robin's book one last time. All right, Jackie, which selection will you be doing?
I'll be reading a selection, Howard, from Chapter 6, titled The Two Jameses.
All right.
And this is about Robin, who says that she almost never had a date, but then explains the date that she did happen to take.
Okay, let's hear it.
In a totally uncharacteristic moment of weakness, during my last year of high school, I'd agreed to let my father fix me up with a date for the senior dance. He was some guy who worked with my father at the steel mill. I should have known better. But my objective was to go to the dance, not find true love. It's a good thing, too, because the boy turned out to be a complete cretin. I can honestly say that there wasn't one thing I liked about him. He was an ugly, semi-literate hulk, totally devoid.
Did that drive you crazy, Robin?
No. In
Jackie
fact,
thought it did.
People still, in fact, Ralph is one of the people who does that imitation of me all the time. Like, whenever he sees me.
King of all Jackie haters is on the phone.
It had to happen.
Go ahead.
Of course it did. First of all, congratulations, Howard. I'm not saying goodbye to you. I know you're going to soar well above that satellite that transmits you. That's number one.
Thank you.
Number two, you fat bastard. Let me just tell you something. I came in the studio. I was on the phone hundreds of times saying you were talentless and you had no clue what you were doing. And I knew that the show made you what you were. When you left, you became nothing again. Please allow me to be the last person on terrestrial radio to say, F Jackie.
Wow. Well, Jackie, you had your lovers and your haters, as we all do.
And I accept it all.
That's right. And let's go to, let's take one last call.
Wait, let me say one thing.
Yep.
Just so I can say that I said it here when it happens. There is now Jokeland Industries. Okay.
Oh, well, that's a big announcement.
And they have a sweatshop where people are cranking out these products.
Me and my partner, Louis Rosalia, have Jokeland Industries. A subsidiary of Jokeland Industries is Jokeland Films. Oh. And we have a film. Tom Ellis wrote it. It's called Lucky, and we're making a movie, and it's going to be great. And I know you guys...
What's the budget on it?
3 teeth. No, it's, we don't know yet.
Is it going to be...
It's one of those things, the budget's going to be however much we raise, but it's going to be a great movie, honestly. And
well, who wrote this movie?
This guy, Tom Ellis, and he's very talented.
And you are the star of it, Jackie?
No, I am not. I'm smarter than that. But I'm taking acting classes because I'm only 57, and I have a small role in it. And... it's going to be great, and I just wanted to say it here so I could say, I told you so.
Well, they're good for you, Jack.
We're in the
Sounds like you're on the
thing that's going to make him.
Imagine it becomes the biggest movie of the year.
And I got to say one more thing.
Go ahead.
Paul Bernard is going to kill me if I don't say his name. He put me in Potluck. Remember Potluck? You guys made fun of that forever.
Yes.
And he also put me in a movie called Venus in Vegas where I make out with Mrs. Brady, Florence Henderson.
One of my favorite things about Jackie, he was always involved in a cockamamie project that you knew was going nowhere.
Those get-rich-quick schemes.
He was, and I remember Jackie turning to me and goes, you see this? WWW, World Wide Web. Gonna make me a rich man. Let's go to Jay. Jay, go ahead.
Hey, now.
Hey, now. Come on.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Long-time fan. Hey, want to be honored if I can play Stump the Joke Man one last time.
All right, go ahead. Try Jackie out for Stump the Joke Man. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Hey, what would you call the Flintstones if they were black?
I know this one.
So do I.
What is it?
Niggers!
That wasn't the answer I knew.
What was the answer you knew?
Gorillas.
Gorillas. Oh, my goodness. That's so racist.
That's worse, I think.
Terrible racist joke and no prize for you.
Oh, I ain't looking for a prize. Hey, just want to say, man, congratulations. Fire to the revolution, man.
Thank you.
Good luck where you're going.
Good.
And,
Come see us tomorrow if you can. Everyone come on out. We're going to get together one last time, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. Even if the weather's horrible, we're just going to go out there and try to do the best we can.
While you talk about that, and it's appropriate because Jackie's here, I got to get plug in for two companies that have really helped us.
Go ahead.
Cohen Optical on 57th Street between 5th and 6th, and Hale and Hardy also on 56th Street between 5th and 6th, have both let us put phone lines in so we can make this broadcast happen.
Oh, great. And where should people meet tomorrow? Where's the spot?
I can tell you this. People they're going to start letting you in about 5:30, 6 o'clock. Enter on 56th Street from 5th Avenue. That's the way to get in.
And by the way,
the other thing.
I have prepared my speech.
Good.
Emotional speech, actually.
Heartfelt.
Heartfelt.
One other important thing the police want you to know, no camping out overnight, meaning you'll come and they'll give you a bracelet, you come back, be right up front. But you can't camp out.
And the other thing is we do have to, if there is a strike.
No gathering.
Yeah, I mean.
All right, okay. So anyway, thank you, Tom. Jackie. You know what? There's not enough time to go over all.
I have to say one more thing.
He has to say one more thing.
I'm looking at Gary, and this is a long time ago, like 20 years ago when we first started at the other building. I don't know if you and Fred remember, but it was way in the beginning, and there was a point where he would come in and talk to you, or he'd lean over my mic or Fred's mic to talk to you, and he would leave the room. We'd go to commercial, and me and Fred would have honest discussions. Somebody has to tell him about his breath. Do you remember that? Yes. And finally, we had to have the intervention and tell him.
Who did it?
I think. Oh, yeah.
You did on the air.
I could never tell someone that in their real life.
We recruited somebody else to tell him.
No, you guys always tell me on.
No, that was back in Washington.
That was the guy with body odor. I'm the guy with bad breath.
Right. Well, we're still trying to tell him.
Howard, before you wrap, I just have one more thing I want to say about Jackie. That it's great to see him back in here. And the thing that I'll always remember, especially when you go back and listen to Best of, and obviously which we won't be doing it much longer, is Jackie always laughed the hardest when you were delivering his lines.
Yes. Oh, yes. That's how he always knew.
Absolutely.
Jackie denies that. He says,
you know why I deny that? Because if Fred wrote something really funny or Ben just something, I laughed by how hard something was. There was many times I went home and Nancy would say, the funniest thing you wrote today was blah blah blah, and I go, that was Fred, that wasn't me. She said, well, you laughed so
Jackie,
hard.
you would laugh hard at other people's jokes when they were funny, but you would laugh hard at your jokes whether they were funny or not.
Let's go to Tony. Go ahead, Tony. You're on the air.
Hey guys, F Timmy, man.
F Timmy, right? Timmy the cat. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? This is fantastic listening to you guys, and one of the questions that I have is, any chance of him going over?
What, Jackie over at
Yeah.
There's a full house here. People ask me that, and I tell them there's already a shortstop. You got Derek Jeter, you got Artie there. You don't need another shortstop. I understand.
Jackie says he can't get up.
Jackie can't get up in the morning. Artie has no problem getting up in the morning.
I'll be there to wave when they come out of the building.
You know what? I'll tell you what. It was a tough transition. Everyone was used to hearing Jackie on the show, and I know when Artie first started, it was a tough transition. They were used to the sound of the show with Jackie there and all that stuff. And Artie, you've done tremendously well on this show. You're an awesome entertainer.
Can I say something
it was big shoes to fill. Jackie was a very important player on this show. It was not an easy job for Artie.
It was. Yeah, and guys, don't get me wrong. I love Artie. He's been fantastic, like you said, and it's just great to hear everybody together.
It is great. It is great. I feel good that this has happened.
Oh, this is so much fun.
It is.
Really
I'll tell you something, though. It's funny. Jackie could party when he could party like nobody's business, but Artie is 10 times the partier that you ever were, and has never missed a day, and has never been a minute late.
Wait a second.
Now, in all fairness to me, I didn't miss a lot of days.
Wait 1 second, Gary. Remember the time we were in L.A. and we were knocking on his door? One time we were going to go do a show, I guess, at the Hollywood Roosevelt.
That's right.
I remember that.
We couldn't get him up.
We could not get him up.
But that didn't happen a real lot of times.
My favorite one was you remember.
I remember. I didn't get my wake-up call.
We knocked on the door. We pounded on the door. I don't know how many times we called the room. We finally had to have someone go up with a key and let him out.
You thought he was dead.
And you and Robin were coming down. We're going like, oh, crap.
Here's what I
remember.
remember. I remember that Jackie was trying to lose weight desperately, and he was on Nutrisystem, which was our sponsor at the time.
Oh,
and he was... Nutrisystem would give you these little meals, and he would lick these meals with his finger.
Oh, man.
But he was losing weight. Well, we went to, I think it was Vegas, and I knock on Jackie's door. I find Jackie passed out in his room naked with his legs spread. He's on his back, on his big belly, is a giant tray of food. Shrimp,
French onion soup,
French onion soup with cheese and bread.
The same trip.
He was naked and everything was hanging out.
Everywhere.
Food everywhere. And I went, what did you do? He goes, I don't care. He goes, I'm in Vegas.
But you know, the other thing that I remember, Jackie would get these challenges from Nutrisystem.
Yeah.
And he'd come in here whenever his weigh-in day was.
Yeah.
And he'd, jump on the scale or whatever, and he had to make a certain amount of weight, and he'd get all this money. Remember, he was always working at
Gary and I were there was a time when I had to go to 180, and we were going on vacation for 2 weeks.
Right.
And I knew there was no way I was going to be on a diet during vacation. And the morning of the weigh-in, honest to God, I was on my side on my kitchen floor, and I swear to you, I gave myself 2 enemas.
Yes.
Put on a silk shirt and silk pants, and came in, and that needle, ask Gary, that needle was on 180 exactly, and I got my 10 grand, and we went
We had some great times together, brother.
I love it.
And you're a true pal. And
well, we get to go out to dinner still.
We will go out to dinner.
Howard, can I just say something real quick, too? Because I grew up listening to the show as a teenager, and me and all my buddies went to go see Jackie about 10 times at Rascals in West Orange, New Jersey.
Oh, that's very nice.
And we
He didn't say he liked it.
No. I'm going to say we laughed our asses off every time. Every time he brought my cousin up on stage once, this girl, to do a Stump the Joke Man, and he abused her, and we all laughed like crazy. And it's an honor to sit in the chair you made famous, Jack.
Oh, thanks, Artie.
I love
that's
you.
very nice.
I'm a big
Thank
fan.
You. Thank you.
Yeah, and, this is an emotional time for us. We put in a lot of time here on the show, and Jackie, huge part of the show.
And it was great. I got to tell you, I loved every second of it. Every second.
And I can't
Except up until Wednesday.
I can't even tell you how many contributions he made. There's too many.
I know. We could go on and on and on
That's
with
right.
all of the Jackie stories.
Fortunately, Jackie has a list of every contribution.
Yeah.
Yes, I have it right here.
By the way, when you left, you forgot your briefcase with all your jokes. We still have it. Give it to Jackie.
You're kidding.
No, we've been holding it for 5 years.
That's right. It was under the desk here, Jack.
Artie's been holding on to
I didn't know what that thing was.
Isn't it locked closed or something?
No.
It was never locked.
I'll sell it on eBay.
Benji, here's your money.
There's finger cuts and jokes in there.
Oh, I remember the finger cuts. And
There's too many memories, and I don't know how to end it, but other than say thank you for coming in.
The 10-nail syndrome.
Yeah.
20-nail syndrome.
Whatever it was.
Final plug.
I have one request.
Go ahead.
Can I get my picture taken with you?
All right, we're going to do it.
That would be fair.
Jackie's Joke Master Jr. 1 and 2 available at all Bed Bath & Beyond stores. Jackie's Dirty Joke Machine available at all Spencer gift stores. And see Jackie this Tuesday at Ferrara's in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. Go say hi to the Joke Man. For more information, go to jokeland.com. We got to take a break.
Thanks, man.
A lot of people
I'm so glad I came in.
Glad you came in, too.
Thanks, Gary.
Rob. Jackie, let's do it again in 2011.
I'll be here.
We'll be
2011.
Why not?
I'll be here.
And thank you, Jackie.
Thank you, man.
All right, we'll be back right after this.